Alright, I wouldn't necessarily call it backlash, but people seem to have a problem with my last stream talking about this case. I'm just saying, these YNs be punks anyway. So you stabbed this dude because he was whooping on you? Oh, hell no! So let's talk a little bit more about it.
After a lot of research, I found the video before the incident. In this video, not only will you see Austin Metcalf downplaying Karmelo Anthony's chance at success, you will also see the coaches downplaying Karmelo Anthony's cry for help. Those coaches made it very clear that Karmelo Anthony's opinion did not matter.
Nah, but your dad's opinion matters. Your mom's opinion matters. And your parents teach you that in the home. So I'm still not seeing the justification for poking somebody.
Shut up! Will you let me finish?
Let's watch the video.
And like, just like you're no matter what you do, even if God forbid this doesn't work out, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Alright, so like, let's say we are gonna watch one of your videos tonight.
What about this guy who said you're gonna be fine? It doesn't matter this and this. You said that was sarcasm, but why do you think it was sarcasm? My community is very, very emotional, and when you take the father out the house, the kid becomes even more emotional.
What it is, like, give me one.
What you say, bro?
Yeah. What's your favorite one?
Right, maybe. A little more to the right. See the TV at least?
Nah.
Yeah, this is our tailgate, so a little more to the right so I can see the fucking TV.
Oh shit! Hey, bro, you don't gotta talk to him like that, bro. He didn't.
I'm just saying, maybe.
Hey, can you just move, bro, please?
No, hey, bro, it's okay. Just move.
He doesn't mean like.
It's okay, move, but
I don't mean to be a
but I know, but you have to talk to him like that, bro.
Where you coming? You don't gotta talk to him like relax, man. I'm seeing a lot of emotion. This whole situation could have been de-escalated quick. It says they told Karmelo to shut up, not the drunk. But it's like, so what? These people can say what they want. The reason I wanted to do this stream because the same people who feel like this, matter of fact, I'm gonna wait to the end for that.
No, bro, no. I'm saying this is my guy though, bro. Like, no, bro. No, bro. You cursed at him and stuff, bro. All you had to say was, hey, bro, can you please move? This is respect, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. He don't mean it like that.
Is he drunk?
I don't know, but maybe.
I just don't like disrespect, bro. He can talk to me like that. Don't talk to him like that. He's just doing his job.
Hey, we're good. No, hey.
Let's just respect each other, bro. For sure.
I'm not trying to be a fucking dick.
No, yeah.
You cussed at him, bro.
Bro, he's fucking way the TV is my tailgate. I can
But you didn't have to cuss at him, though, bro. He's not a child, bro.
Whoa, what's the problem? Hey, back up. What's the problem?
No, he just cussed him out, bro. And I was like,
He said y'all get up. He asked you to get up. Hey, what's the problem?
Is he drunk? Because if he's drunk, then it's okay.
What's the problem?
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
No, nobody was arguing with him or nothing. He just cursed at him like he was a child. And I was like, hey, bro, you don't disrespect everybody, you know? No, I'm just explaining to you what happened.
Okay.
For sure.
Good. Have a good day.
For sure.
Don't walk up to him.
I'm not walking towards him. I'm walking that way.
After a lot of research, I found the video.
I don't really see much of nothing.
Hey, you're a very personable guy. I can tell, like, talking to you right now, and you're a good dude.
Thank you, bro.
And like, just like you're no matter what you do, even if God forbid this doesn't work out, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be a good dude.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Alright, so like, let's say we are gonna watch one of your videos tonight. What would it be? Like, give me one.
What you say, bro? Yeah. What's your favorite one?
Right, maybe. A little more to the right. See the TV at least?
Nah.
Yeah, this is our tailgate, so
A little more to the right so I can see the fucking TV.
oh shit. Hey, bro, you don't gotta talk to him like that, bro. He didn't.
I'm just saying, maybe.
Hey, can you just move, bro, please? No, hey, but
I want to make notice to the woman that's pointing, like she got some kind of point or something like that. Women are the wrong people to be saying that you have a point in some type of something that can be escalated or de-escalated. A lot of women don't even know how to de-escalate the situation because their emotions go in front of them. And that's how the Almighty made them so.
Those of you that are spreading misinformation on this case, police are looking into these fictitious statements under third-degree felony charges, so I'd be careful. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down what is factually incorrect that is circulating online to set the record straight. Fake press release put out pretending to be the police chief, saying mutual combat altercation, that Metcalf sucker punched Anthony, and that Metcalf also smashed his phone. None of this has been confirmed by police. It also does not match the affidavit where they interviewed multiple witnesses. And the police chief is also saying this is going to be investigated under third-degree felony charges of impersonation. Somebody also put out a fake autopsy report saying that Metcalf actually overdosed from MDMA. Fake.
Well, who put out the fake autopsy report? Who put out the other fake report that, what the officer said? Marty Ladd said the person was drunk, but, that's still no justification to poke the person. Let's keep going, though.
Incorrect. No knife is allowed on school property. Not a pocket knife, not a location-restricted knife. This right here is a district's handbook. Many of you saying they also knew each other. They had prior beef. But nothing in the affidavit so far supports they knew each other prior. In fact, according to this CBS article, according to a witness, Metcalf and Anthony didn't know each other. Lastly, there's been reports circulating online that Anthony was suspended from school, that he was skipping class, or there was a prior knife altercation. None of that has been confirmed. In fact, those were news agencies putting up those reports and then deleting them, taking them down because it has not been confirmed by the Frisco Police Department or the district. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so news agencies was putting that stuff up. Who controls the news? But let's just keep going.
About all this, write in the comments below. Those of you that are...
And the truth shall set you free. Oh my goodness. So one thing I will say that I find is humorous is racists accusing people of defending Karmelo Anthony.
This was the whole thing that this PSYOP was intended. In my opinion, I can't trust anything that these people do or say. I'm talking about the people who control the media. So now I'm going to say all of a sudden, because there's a racial component to it, this is absolutely true. This could be a PSYOP also. These people are trying to call out the Antichrist. They want him to hurry up and get here. A lot of us don't want him to hurry up and get here, but then those people, they want him to hurry up and come because that's their Messiah. They don't think Jesus was the Messiah. Or if you're a Muslim, they don't think Jesus was a prophet. They think the Antichrist is their Messiah. And the Antichrist is the person in Revelations who brings forth all of this pestilence, famine, drought, and death. You think that's your Messiah? You want that to hurry up and get here?
So I got good news. They removed that GoFundMe. GoFundMe removed Karmelo Anthony's GoFundMe page, as they should, because he did not deserve a GoFundMe page because of what he did. So they're raising money for a murder.
You have that half of the camp who's like, if it even really happened. That's the thing that us in this genre are looking at. Did that even really happen?
The real fear here is that if Karmelo Anthony gets off on this by pleading self-defense and he gets away with this unaliving, we are going to see so many more unalivings at schools.
And is this why the PSYOP was created? Because this is what they ultimately want, to keep us further distracted, why they continue to flood stuff, they continue to burn stuff so they can buy all the real estate at a very low price. It's funny that these people have been using this saying, like since I've been alive, I've been hearing this saying, when there's blood on the street, buy. Didn't somebody say that about Rome? Is that what they're doing now? They're trying to put blood on the street so they can buy all the land, the real estate. That's the thing that's real. Money isn't real. Estate is real. I'm not saying that according to their wording. Are we going to not listen to their wording, how they decode stuff right in our face? I thought this whole genre was about them telling you a lie and playing and laughing in your face and putting it right in front of you in plain sight. You just got to be smart enough to understand it. I thought I'm finna get out of this genre because you guys are kind of hypocritical in it. They got these bot farms where there's thousands of bots coming in your account and saying stuff and spreading misinformation. Is that what's going on? The one thing we know for certain is these people want the Antichrist to come out. They've got it written on your money. They've decoded it. It's in Latin and it says order out of chaos. Is this some more chaos? Because they're just doing their job. A hater is doing his job. A murderer is doing his job. So protectors have to do their jobs. You leave it in the comments and tell me, am I capping? Do I just have an overactive imagination? Do I need to find something else to do as a 50-year-old man? Is that what's going? Because if I don't do it, would you rather a 20-year-old give you this information and say it this same way?
So you are going to have a bunch of kids in a war zone in high schools and middle schools. Why? Because kids get into altercations every single day. You know how many students walk into a classroom and see somebody sitting in their desk and they say, get out my seat, and they move their bags and touch their stuff, or they might even touch them occasionally. Oh, I guess it's okay for them to pull out a weapon and unalive them, right? That's the problem. If this case, they have to convict him, and he has to get a major sentence, because if he doesn't, there's going to be so many kids that do this exact same thing and claim the exact same thing. And what's going to be the argument then is going to be, well, he didn't get convicted for doing it. Why would I get convicted for doing it? And then you're going to have a bunch of high school and middle school unalivers walking around school campus with things in their bags, just ready for somebody to pop off and do something.
That's already happening right now. It's been happening in the inner city, and let's take away the poverty component to it, because the inner city is too much associated with poverty, but that's by design. I remember the first ever school shooting. This is a Gen X thing. Again, shout out to us in Gen X. The trench coat mafia. Remember those dudes? That was a bunch of incels. Girls weren't talking to them. They weren't getting dates, and him and his crew of dudes was like, I don't like that, and they started letting off on the entire school. Those were white kids. You're not even impoverished. Nah, you're not getting women. And the powers that be, they already know the psychology of men and women. They're making men more uptight by not getting women, and they're making women more cranky by not getting the proper attention that they need from men.
Men are supposed to make your life easier. If he's not making your life easier, he's not the man for you. Now, maybe your life is difficult with him, but is it because he's making it difficult, or is it because you're not allowing him to make it easier? That's a poem that I wrote about myself.
But you know what? Let's keep going.
The times are changing and the days are evil. Evil has gotten into the younger kids more than it has ever been. You got to understand the demonic activity that is taking place in our world. Satan attacks the younger generation.
But I'm not coming from I'm not coming from a Christian standpoint. I'm coming from the standpoint of an atheist. You believe in vampires as an atheist. Soon as you see it.
What the hell is even that?
Don't think this is some religious nothing. This is, I got to protect my kids from you. And that's on purpose, so there will be more chaos. And out of the chaos comes the Antichrist, and they believe he's going to bring the order. But he's not going to bring a just moral order. He's going to bring an immoral kind of order.
I believe every last one of y'all done been fooled by this entire situation. And I'm going to tell you why. If you don't know what's going on, in Frisco, Texas at a track meet, allegedly a kid named Karmelo Anthony unalived a student named Austin Metcalf after an altercation happened. But I think this is a fake story created to cause division between black people and white people. First of all, there's no video evidence of it even happening. This was a track meet full of teenage kids, phones and cameras everywhere, and you telling me not one kid had a video hit the internet? Not one? Not one school camera, no teacher or faculty as an eyewitness, nothing.
That's the main part there. When I live streamed about this, because I had heard nothing about this case, because I don't watch the news, because it's other stuff I got going on. And I was just freestyle commenting on it. When I saw my comments this morning, a lot of people was feeling some kind of way. Most of those people didn't have a profile picture. I'm just imagining, because I know how insecure and touchy my community is, that it was somebody from my community. So I said, okay, let me dig a little bit deeper. And sure enough, this is the first thing that I ran into, because this is just the wavelength I'm on. Did this even really happen? Because there's so much stuff in history that didn't even really happen, or didn't happen the way they explained it to us. And 100, 200 years later, they explain, like for instance, the Titanic. They give us the context. LeBron James fan, you be capping like that's what really matters. They give us the context of the Titanic, which is all of these millionaires and billionaires, or people who had, these big wigs, were on the Titanic. The people who they didn't want, kind of like a Luigi situation, where the guy who got unalived, he was some dude that was stopping up somebody's money or somebody's health care. All of a sudden he's gone. Now he's no longer stopping up nobody's health care. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was with the Titanic. I don't know the whole story, but you know the gist of it, what I'm saying. Is that what's going on here? Did this thing even really happen? I don't know. Let me bring back what this brother was saying.
I believe every last one of y'all done been fooled by this entire situation.
Let me stop that there. I thought that was D-Baby says, and the mother and the twin brother were interviewed. And I'm looking at the mother, I'm like, why does it look like she's not even crying? Is she a crisis actor? That's another thing. We know crisis actors exist. We weren't aware of that. How long have crisis actors existed? You know, when they did the documentary Loose Change, they spoke about people being crisis actors then. They was asking the question, why is this guy on the scene? Why does this guy know so much about jets and jet fuel? Why is he there to say, oh, this happened because of the jet fuel? How do you know? It's like they put misinformation, like that's a part of the psyop, to put different people in strategic places to make it look like you're just a random person on the street getting interviewed and this was his opinion. But, or maybe it's not that. Maybe we all need to just take a toke. I mean, I live in Oklahoma. You can go and buy, the Eddies. You got to call them that. Pop a couple and just look at this whole thing and be like, you know what? Who even cares if that happened? Or are they legalizing all of this stuff so that we will go get the Eddies, pop them and be like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Who knows? Now let me bring back what this guy was talking about.
I believe every last one of y'all done been fooled by this entire situation, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you don't know what's going on, in Frisco, Texas at a track meet, allegedly a kid named Karmelo Anthony unalived a student named Austin Metcalf after an altercation happened. But I think this is a fake story created to cause division between black people and white people. First of all, there's no video evidence of it even happening. This was a track meet full of teenage kids, phones and cameras everywhere, and you telling me not one kid had a video hit the internet? Not one? Not one school camera, no teacher or faculty as an eyewitness, nothing. Then I believe the brother is lying. I don't even believe he had a twin. Look at how the dad came out in the interview. Name a time where the family of the victim came out talking like that. He was just too calm for me. The mama with her fake ass tears looked like she was trying.
Yeah, the son was very calm. D-Baby says, yes, the dad was crying and the mother. Not in the interview I saw. The interview I saw was just the mom and the brother. And the brother was being very calm and the mother was, I'm not going to say she was pretend being hysterical, but we know what people crying looks like, man. People try to do that on the stand when they, unalive their wife or unalive their family member. They be up there like trying to cry. What was the one guy whose wife, she fell down the stairs? One of these dudes, he tried to cry on a stand. Probably wasn't him because I don't think he took the stand. I saw one of these guys do, he was wearing glasses. He did like this and then took the glasses off. And then they like panned over to the audience and to the jury. They was looking at him like, would you look at this weirdo? What do you see this guy? D-Baby says the brother was calm. And that's my twin? Come on. In urban culture, to call somebody your twin ain't just we look alike. Come on now, twin. We closer than brothers and sisters. We're twins. And you gonna be calm like that? I don't know. People go through grief differently. But did this even really happen? I don't know. Let me just go back again.
I believe every last one of y'all done been fooled by this entire situation. Not one kid had a video hit the internet.
Nobody recorded it. Nobody. This one dude recorded it, but that we saw where he was saying, yo, don't talk to my friend like that. Nobody else recorded nothing. There's cameras all over the place, but there's no cameras here. There's cameras right now in my computer watching me and listening to me. There were no cameras there. How? I mean, it's possible, but is it in this world we live in?
Not one school camera, no teacher or faculty as an eyewitness, nothing. Then I believe the brother is lying. I don't even believe he had a twin. Look at how the dad came out in the interview. Name a time where the family of the victim came out talking like that. He was just too calm for me. The mama with her fake ass tears looked like she was trying her best to force him out. I believe the whole story is fake. But here's why. The last thing they want us to do as American people is unite. Think about it. This was the first time you seen blacks and whites coming out together and actually uniting over a common cause, which was for this election, right? Regardless of who you voted for, you had blacks and whites uniting on both sides. People was even talking about ending race and ending racism, no longer calling each other black and white, but just calling.
Can't do that because I said 4-5 videos back, racism is money. I don't know if it's these weirdos or if it's these fake bot accounts that are run by weirdos, but people were saying stuff in my comments trying to make it seem like they think I'm race baiting. I'm explaining racism is money and we're not getting any of it. See, Jana runs. She's a white woman. D Babies is a white woman. We're supposed to not like each other based on the money that America makes off of that. But that's not helping me and D Baby and Jaina. That's not helping us financially. It's helping somebody. So why are we still participating in it? And a lot of us from Gen X, we already was thinking like that. You see, it's these old farts that's 70, 80 years old who probably had a slave 70 or 80 years ago. They probably had a slave. They remember the good old days, and they want to perpetuate that. They want to keep that going, but it's not even by their choice. They want to bring out the Antichrist. This is a part of what the Antichrist wants. The Antichrist don't want money. I feel you, AJ. The Antichrist don't want money. The Antichrist wants your soul in the fire with him. After the simulation ends, he wants you over there. I don't want to be over there with him. Racism in America is about money. Period. If you don't understand that yet, drop out of school like I did and just roam around the earth and you'll see. Most people aren't racist. Most people are trying to take care of their family. Period.
Each other Americans. For the first time in a long time, or maybe ever, there was about to be American unity. So what did they do first? Turn the black and Hispanic community against each other. Remember, that was going on for about a month and a half. Now they use this situation to turn the blacks and whites once again against each other, and everybody fell for it. There ain't one stitch of evidence that this situation actually happened, and look how quick people turn racist again. I just left.
Yo, you should look how quick black people turn racist against other black people. Like, I'm an Uncle Tom because, hold on. Come on in. What happened? What's good?
You gotta see my thumbnail for my reaction video.
Show it to me. I can't get up because I'm talking about this Karmelo Anthony case. Not that Karmelo Anthony. This black kid stabbed a white kid, allegedly, but there's no witnesses, no evidence, no video.
What?
Yeah, because it's the United States, and if the news said it, it had to have happened. Finally caught on Honest Live. Hey, that's actually a good name, Honest Live. I like that. Thanks for that, Reb. Is that Johnny Reb? They want to see, they want to hear, well, the camera's on. Unless you want to give them a free show, but you guys put some money in if you, oh, you going to stay over there now?
Whoa, what?
Oh, okay. I'm trying to,
if they put money in, then I can give them a show as long as it's not free, right?
well, some people would be like that. How could you
They
do
don't
that
want
to
to
you?
see me. Jeez. Anyways, look, did you see the thumbnail?
Does that say P. Diddley? Where did you find the P. Diddy doll with some, it comes with baby oil? Wow. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm going to look at it. I should react to it. Yeah, Cam and Mace played basketball. I'm going to react to that. That's going to be something, because you guys never seen my wife's YouTube pages. But this one specifically, you guys know LeBron James has a Barbie doll, right? Uh-huh. Okay, that's something else. Let's get back into this vibe. I don't even know where I was at, but let's just start it up.
Frisco, McKinney, and Lil Lamb, and not one person is talking about this. The only place it's going on is the internet. We have to really start paying attention when these type of situations come up and sit back and think, why is this happening now? Why is this being pushed so hard? I've seen white people racist towards blacks, blacks being racist towards whites, nothing but hate all over the internet. Meanwhile,
and blacks being racist towards black. That's what I was saying. I'm now an Uncle Tom because I'm saying that if that did happen, you shouldn't have poked him. Why didn't you just fight him? Or, this was the part I wanted to get to. Allegedly, the kid said, touch me and see what happens. He touched him and he saw what happened. If I was the prosecuting attorney, I would say that's premeditated murder because you had murder on your mind. You're saying if you touch me and you killed him, I would say it's premeditated murder. And I think I would win. But then also, the woman who got punched by that other lady, the lady in the blue dress, she got punched by this other woman. Now, using the principles of touch me and watch what happens, she didn't touch you. She just said something you didn't like and you punched her. So in another short I made, I said this woman who punched this lady is the type of woman who's raising these emotional men who would say something like, touch me and see what happens. That's what I said on the live stream and people didn't like it. A lot of black people, I'm assuming, were black. They came at me. A lot of single mothers came at me because, oh, that's somebody's child and all that stuff. But if you look in the comments of that video where this woman punches the lady with the blue dress, it was 42,000 comments. And primarily the Consensus was, we're with the woman who punched the other lady. Even though she didn't touch her, we're on her side. Brianna Rivers, I think her name is. That's the girl who punched the lady with the blue dress. Free Brianna Rivers. All of these single women. All these women who can't get a man because you're the type of woman who would assault a guy. He didn't even cheat. You think he cheated and you would punch him. A lot of black people came at me because I'm from that school of thought. As if that hasn't been happening for the past 30 years.
Sitting back, watching they plan work perfectly. It's a manipulation tactic used to create division and chaos, and it worked on damn near everybody in America.
Multiple witnesses reported that Austin Met have told the suspect, Karmelo Anthony, that he would need to move out from under his team's tent, considering Anthony is a student at Centennial High School. But he was sitting under Memorial High School's tent, and after telling him this, Anthony opened his bag, reached inside and said, "Touch me and see what happens." BCAF reportedly then touched Anthony, and Anthony then said, "Punch me and see what happens." Soon after, Metcalf grabbed Anthony to tell him to move, at which point Anthony pulled out the weapon and stabbed Metcalf once in the chest before running away. And after officers caught up with Anthony, he immediately told them, "I was protecting myself," and that Metcalf put his hands on him. And while the officer was walking him to his car, he said he had the alleged suspect, to which Anthony responded, "I'm not alleged. I didn't." And while Anthony was in the cop's car, he asked if Metcalf was going to be okay. And then later, as if his actions could be considered self-defense entity, is currently being held in jail, and his bond has been set to $1 million. But rest in peace to Austin. Let me know what you guys think about this. And as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
If it's even true, is the school of thought that we're coming from. If this is even true.
Good kids don't stab other kids in the chest with.
That's very true. Good kids don't do that. Good kids don't walk around with knives. It's not like that. Good kids are not just good off the rip. It's a thing called home training that we used to have way a long time ago until they ended it, or they started the ending of it probably round about the crack era, the crack epidemic, which America has now admitted, yes, that was biological warfare. Now that everybody's gone, they can admit it. Oh yeah, we put that into the hood. Yeah, we gave it to Freeway Ricky Ross. Yeah, we did that. Sure, absolutely. Sure, cocaine built Miami. Yes, sure, we did that. Yes, Iran-Contra. Yes, America was selling pow-pows to the Contras. Yeah, because we needed to get some other money from over. Yeah, we did that. Now that everybody's gone now, right? Reagan's gone. George Herbert Walker Bush, he's gone. Everybody in the CIA that was around, they're all gone now. Yeah, COINTELPRO, they're gone now. So now, sure, we'll admit, we did it. Google it if you think I'm just talking, right? No, good kids don't do that. It goes along with the home training. That was a part of bringing the Antichrist around. That was a part of, out of chaos, we're going to get order. Let's create chaos. Let's break up the black family. Let's break up all families, but let's start with black people. If it works on them, it'll work on everybody. Like I've said before, that's why it's called a project. You from the projects. Why don't they just call it experiment? I grew up in the experiments.
Finally, y'all, a witness came out and made a statement in the Karmelo Anthony case, and I have to let y'all hear this because this is the piece I have been missing, that I have been waiting for the witnesses, for the students around the situation to see what happened, and this is what he had to say.
Trying to get back to their cars, or
this is the witness,
get in, places where they, wouldn't get all extra wet. Dude was sitting up under the tent, right? He was on his phone, right? My daughters was up under the same goddamn tent. Yeah.
He's talking about Karmelo.
I'm paying attention to my kids, but at the same time, they're in the same vicinity, so I'm watching everything going on around it, because I'm there for my children. So, dude walks up, McKellen, bro, he wasn't even under the tent at the time. They came from a whole separate tent.
He's talking about the twins.
Over there. They intentionally went over there to this kid, man. Dude was sitting there on his phone, just trying to get dry.
Karmelo was on his phone.
They went from another. They grabbed this man.
Grabbed him.
They tried to punch on dude. Dude went in the bag, and what? They went to try to jump this dude and punch on this dude, man. And he protected himself, dude. That's what happened.
Mind you, this man does not know Karmelo.
That's one. It was both of them, bro. Austin, that dude that got unalive, and his brother, basically went over there to intentionally. He had to break. It's not to the point.
Now let's go a little deeper, because all kind of people are in the military. Is this an AI voice? If this is a real person's voice, are you a CIA operative? It's like it's easier to believe what you want to believe. And I think a lot of us, we don't want to believe in the afterlife. We don't want to believe that there's a hellfire. We don't want to believe that this is a simulation. We'd rather believe that after we die, there's nothing. Nobody gets repaid for the good stuff they did. Nobody gets repaid for the bad stuff they did. And we just want to believe that. That's fine. I just don't know that this really happened. Any of it. I'm not talking about the moral implications. I'm not talking about the racial implications. I'm talking about, I don't know if this happened at all, because I know I'm in an abusive relationship with my country. I know that as an American. And I'm not the abuser. I'm in an abusive relationship with my country. Me and my wife was just talking about that the other night. Being in an abusive relationship with someone and you're not the abuser. How do you get out of that? I guess the only choice you got is to get your passport and just go someplace else. But then you know your abuser never wants you to leave. As much as America pretends like they don't like you, the American citizen, they don't want you to go nowhere. I said way back, what you building a wall for? Who are you trying to keep in? Are you trying to keep people in the United States? Well, that's because the abuser don't want you to leave.
He brought a knife. For one, it wasn't on school property. The school is
wasn't on school property.
Miles away. It was community track meet, bruh. It wasn't a school track meet.
Thank you.
Why does he have a knife at a track meet anyways? Shit, I don't know. Probably the same reason why Kyle Rittenhouse had a high-powered automatic weapon at a peaceful protest.
Yeah, this is just it's for this. So that's my explanation to this thing. I didn't mean to make this a long video, but straight up and down, did this thing even really happen in the first place? I don't know. You don't know. You weren't there. I wasn't there. But I do know, based on my country's history, they be lying. You be lying. I want to believe you, but you do be lying. Tell me when you told the truth. You don't just lie to me. You lie to the Latino community. You lie to heterosexuals. You lie to gay people. You lie to people who are racist. You lie to all of them. The only people you never lie to is rich people. You never lie to rich people. The rich do keep getting richer, and the poor do keep getting poor. Although this is not a rich-poor thing. This is a antichrist lover and an antichrist disliker thing. If you don't dislike the antichrist, that's too bad for you, because he absolutely dislikes you. You see what I'm saying? The line in the sand has already been drawn. There it is. I just want to say this right fast. Gotta give a shout out to these guys, the Super Chatters. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and also to my guy Blaze. He gave something the other day. I actually gotta refresh this and put that up here. Them damn LeBron James fans. Y'all know. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do that video that my wife did on the LeBron James doll. Yes, the LeBron James Barbie doll. And this is right up her alley because she's a doll collector. She tells me, well, you know what? We ain't going to talk about that right now. So we'll be back. Peace. Thank you to my channel members. We said thank you. Ha! To my channel members. No diddy when I say member. Thank you to my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, join. Thank you.